Hello.
there was no Marcianos. What happened
No
to Marcianos?
Marcianito, no Marcianito. Oh, espérame. Oh,
What
no, ahí
about?
viene.
There we go. That's a lot better. What is up, everybody? It's Domingazos. Happy May the 4th be with you, but I actually celebrate Revenge of the 5th, which is tomorrow, including Drinko de Mayo, because, come on, the Sith were cooler because they actually drank and they fucked and they did a bunch of crazy shit like that. So I'd rather be a Sith than be some fucking ass Jedi, so fuck that. But, what's up? This is your Robo host, Mr. Happy Harry Hard on of Kryptonal's fame. I'm a troublemaker, never been a faker. And we are here on a Sunday night. Who is on with me tonight?
Hey, this is Oliver Lee Arce, code name ODA656. ¿Qué tranza, Ray? How are you tonight?
What is going? I'm a little. Is it inebriated or is it inebriated? I don't know.
Andas pedo.
Un poquito, un tantito. Mm-hmm.
Un tantito.
It was a long Hansel. It was a long fucking day. I mean, it was steady. It was cool. It was a pawn shop, whatever. I'm still fucking getting over yesterday. Yesterday we had a fucking blast. It was a free comic book day, and we were invited by our ever loving friends over at the Comics Addict. Mr. Izzy himself set it all up.
Izzy
E, a joining of all the major players that are in comics in El Paso. It was ourselves, 6x6 Comics. Fucking Raymond Gay was there. Alex Regal didn't show up, as usual. But whatever. Mr. Sanchez was there. Mr. Olivares was there. Pez was there, which is like, we ever hardly see that guy. We had some other special guests, and there was some groomer that passes himself as an artist as well. But anyway, ¿qué pasó, man? What's going on? How's everything going with you guys?
You know what? This is the perfect time to put
For?
this on.
A ver.
The bullshit expressed by Happy Harry Hardon is solely that of his and do not reflect the views or opinions of 656 Comics. Mexcel's here.
I love it! I fucking love it! You fucker, you've been holding on to that one, haven't you? Oh man, you're gonna have to be playing that shit a lot. So anyway. Woo!
Hey, tranza. Let's say hi to the chat because we're getting people on.
Yes, I'm sorry. Let's hey, Eric and Guapo, these guys again. Yeah, and it's Eric again. Oh, wow. Whoop-de-doo-doo. Anyway, some person. Hello, Eric. 6x6 Comics, Ray, and Oliver. Good some person. How are you? Good to see you, sir. The alien needs more pointy toes. Very pointy boots. Sorry. Pues estoy pedito, güey.
Estás pedillo, güey.
Hail 6x6 Comics. Rip Booch Geese. Hold on, let me take a drink for that.
Guys? No, no guys.
Yeah, it was. I don't know, because they used to call him the Geese Man, the Goose Man. I don't know. Shio Gonzalez, hello. Freddie Ness, hello everyone. Hey Freddie, get in here, man. Come on. Serena Domingazos, hey, what's up? Good to see you as well. Even though she's lying like right across from me over there. Hi, how are you? Good to see you.
Is she on her like battle station?
Monitor
battle station.
Her battle station and shit. No, it's more of a headquarters type setup than a battle station, so it's all good.
Like the G.I. Joe, no?
Oh, that was fucking badass. The command center. The G.I. Joe command center. Fucking, you threw me off with that fucking disclaimer. Chinga madre. What the fuck? You took all the piss and vinegar out of me by doing that. I was all ready to go, and then you threw that on there. And
hey man, it's your kryptonite, man.
That shit like sobered me up super quick. So it's like, all right, whatever. So yeah, what's going on with everybody? It was an interesting weekend. It was free comic book weekend. It was awesome. It was El Paso, like I was telling you. We were invited by our good friends at Comics Addict to attend. And, man, there was quite a few people going out to get free comics and buying comics and into comics. and it was good, man. It was interesting. We met a few people. We met some up and comers, and that was really interesting. A lot of
Oh,
up and comers coming up,
yeah.
doing the comic book thing. What did you think, man? How was the experience for you?
Honestly, like I told you yesterday at Applebee's when we were like hanging out, I didn't have any expectations. Honestly, it's very interesting that everybody showed up. Everybody bought comics. They got comics. We received a lot of comments, a lot of praise, a lot of yeah, man. I think that's the best way to go. No, Ray, not have any expectations whatsoever, and you just leave like happy and shit.
Dude, it was interesting because a lot of other people that set up yesterday, and
Yeah,
I'm not knocking their setups or anything, um, they were set up like super professional Comic Con type of setup.
yeah.
I'm sorry, you were gonna say something. Go ahead.
No, no. You say you're not gonna knock them down, but you're gonna knock them down in a bit. Hold on.
Well, not really. I'm just saying. I'm talking about us, like our
Yeah,
presentation, And even though some of these guys had their setups, it was awesome. It was beautiful posters, whatever. The backdrops. We just showed up and we're like, "¿Dónde te aventamos las tranzas?"
we just threw everything in it and it set up by itself. No.
Yeah, we just threw everything on the fucking table and we kind of set it up as we went along, and it was more like meet and greet, like talking to people, telling them what we do.
Yeah.
That was more captivating to them and more endearing to them because, like, holy shit, like you guys do this, like, yeah, this is what we do, and they were interested in the stories that we had to sell. They were interested in the art that we had to sell, because ultimately, Free Comic Book Day is supposed to bring in people to the comic book store so they can buy books, so they can get into comics. Of course, the free books are great, but if you really want to measure what Free Comic Book Day does, is how many people get into the store and buy books, buy actual, like, invest money into these fucking 4-page fantasies that we publish.
I was checking out Easy and he had a line. He had people
Yeah,
like coming in, like uh dropping in their books. No, like
yeah.
acts of them. Like, damn, dude, that guy made money.
It was interesting to watch because, I mean, even though we weren't paying attention, we were paying attention, and there was always a line at the counter. People
Yeah,
were always getting cashed out. Sure, the wall of free comics was there. People would go pick up their books, but then they would take their time and walk around the store, talk to everybody that was there, selling their stuff, talking to us about art and everything. And our good friend Don was there, who is a CGC representative, and he was also busy getting people, because after they would buy their books, they would take them to him, and then he would take them to get graded with CGC,
yeah.
and that was fucking cool, man. Because people were coming up to us and they were buying our books like crazy, and then taking them over to Don to have them CGC'd, and it's quite a feeling to know that your book is gonna be slabbed. It's like, wow, that doesn't happen very often. So, and the best part at the end of it, when they asked us to sign,
Yeah.
shit was
They
crazy.
they asked us how much for your signature.
And we've never done that before. We've never charged for signatures. We just signed whatever. But Don was like, no, your signature is worth something, and I'm going to get these graded. And these were books. This is what tripped me out. The books that he had were our books. They were Kryptonal's books. And I think there was one of Border Mayhem.
Yeah, it was 1 through 3, like a couple of issues each,
Hmm.
and the Raymond Gay cover, the Southwest Creators Expo, whatever. That's a long name. Sorry,
Hmm.
guys. And a Border Mayhem. You know what's funny? Also, Ray, I thought about it this morning. He had those books, the main Kryptonos books, since HorrorCon, like 2 years
Hmm.
ago,
Hmm.
2000,
See,
2023.
2023. But the cool thing was that those books are books that people bought,
Yeah,
and that they gave them to Don because he was going to be at that event where we were at to get them signed.
yeah,
See, that's like the thing that blew my mind, because these were books that were bought in the wild that were given to him so that he could grade them. But when he
yeah,
mentioned to these people, like, hey, I'm going to be at this event with the creators, they're like, oh, please get them signed for me. So our signature was worth something. That's crazy for me to even fucking believe.
yeah. We had to put on gloves and fucking Get a nice pen
a
to
nice
sign.
pen, and like
Yeah.
we had witnesses and everything, and it was weird because everybody that was around us, they got all quiet. Like all the other creators got quiet and they were watching us. Like, what are these guys even doing? Like, why do they have gloves on? Are they gonna make brisket? Like, what's happening? And
Simón.
and then we signed them up, and then we're like, all right, we're done. And then Don like carted them away, and we got paid for it. So it was cool. Benjamin Soto says, "How much for my signature? $1 million." I don't know, Ben. I don't know. It might get
We
up
were
there.
we were we were just discussing, no, how much you want to charge, Ray? I mean, what? And what did Don say? What was his suggestion?
See, he gave us, well, he gave me the I guess the rates. He was like, some people give it for free, and some people charge as much as $120 per signature.
Yeah.
And then he said, when I got Neil Adams to sign, each signature was $90. It's like, holy shit, man! Like, well, how many did how many did he sign? He's like, quite a few. So this was back when
I
Neil Adams
I,
was still around.
I imagine $90 because Don sold that for at a profit, no? Probably.
Well, yeah, I mean, if they're graded, and then Don is very proud of the fact that he can get them to like 9.6s and 9.8s and stuff. So these
Yeah.
are high grade books, and since he can get a signature from Neil Adams for $90 for a high grade book that's probably like a 9.8, then of course that's gonna triple the value, quadruple the value, especially since Neil Adams is no longer around. So that's pretty cool, man.
When did he pass?
I think it was last year, 2 years ago. I don't know.
Yeah, it was recent, right? Yeah.
It was recent. I think it was recent. But stuff like that, like you can't get those. And he has a Stan Lee. He has a Stan Lee signed from his own personal collection.
Yeah.
He has a signed I forgot what issue it was, but he has a signed Stan Lee. So it was interesting, man. It was really, really cool. Reconnected with the fans, reconnected with our fellow creators here in El Paso. As always, Raymond Gay was there, and he is like the most gracious guy, dude. That guy is he's fucking gold, dude. Like anything that he touches is turning into gold right now. If you guys don't know who Raymond Gay is, he's doing a lot of covers for Spawn, and we were lucky enough to get him to do a few covers for the Kryptonodes. And right now he's just blowing up, man. And he's
And
gonna
he wants to do another one, right?
yeah, he wants to do another Kryptonodes book. I didn't even ask him, and I was talking to him about we're just talking shop, whatever, what he's into, what he's drawing right now, and he's like, I can't wait to do another cover for you guys. I'm like,
You know,
what?
you know what, Ray? Get him for that secret project.
For the secret project?
For that secret project that we want to release next year.
Hmm.
Make that the cover so everybody can go and get it at the shop.
Oh shit! Imagine.
Yeah, we'll talk this after the show.
We'll talk about this after the show, but that's a really good idea. But
Simon.
for you guys that are not in the know, if you guys come across a Raymond Gay cover, get it, because this guy's gonna blow up. I know what I'm telling you right now. I feel like I'm fucking Liefeld and shit when he talks on his stream. I'm not. Listen to me, guys. Listen to me right now. It's gonna blow up. It's gonna blow up. All right. So just get ready for that. It's gonna be intense. It's gonna be extreme. It's gonna be extreme. So get ready.
Get a Rob Liefeld cover. How much would that be?
Oh shit, man! I don't know.
Like $3,000, $8,000, more or less.
I don't think he's doing covers anymore because he left Marvel. Now he's just doing his own thing. He's doing Youngblood. So shit, man. $3,000 for what? For pencils or for inks or?
I think it's for inks. I'll cover that for free.
No shit, man. That'd be awesome. So, yeah, man. Free Comic Day was awesome. There was other events going around town. But that was the place to be at the Comics Attic, and I'm really glad that we were there and had a really good time.
Did you get all the freebies, or did you miss out on some?
No, I got most of them. I think the only one I didn't get was the one that you got, the Mega Man one.
Oh yeah, those were sought after, dude.
I didn't get the Mega Man one, and I didn't get
easy order these, man. Set them aside for me, cause yeah,
it's too.
Dude, because yeah, no, there's no comics of that shit.
No, I know.
So
That's like the Street Fighter ones that came out a few years ago. Those were sought after too.
Yeah.
So it's that one and the All In, the Absolute DC.
Okay.
I didn't get that one either, but I got everything else. I got the Conan one. I got the Power Rangers, the VR Troopers.
Oh, I didn't get that one, dude. I didn't get
Uh,
that one.
yeah, I got the VR Troopers, the Spider Man, the what else? The Star Wars one.
You know which one
Oh,
I'm. You know which one I like? The Black Mirror one. That's a pretty interesting.
yeah, I got that one too. I haven't read it yet, but I'm gonna check it out. ¿Qué más? Oh, the Godzilla versus Marvel or something like that. The gimmick books, as Liefeld likes to call them and shit.
Oh
Um,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
but yeah, I got most of the stuff, and then the kids book. There was a lot of kids book this year too. There was the Minecraft
Claro,
book.
ahora.
¿Verdad? What else? The Minecraft. There was like DC Youngsters or something. There's some other stuff too. So, ¿qué más? ¿Qué más? I'm trying to think of what else there was.
And what did you buy, dude? Because you bought a lot of fucking books.
Shit, dude. It was like Savage Sword of Conan. What else did I get? I got that Penthouse Comics one that had that really cool cover. ¿Qué más agarré? Oh, the Gilgamesh, Jim Starlin. I got those. Some other books too, man. There's quite a few books that
The
I
Return
grabbed.
of the Living Dead, dude.
Oh, did you check those out?
I haven't. I haven't.
Okay, so the covers are beautiful, all right, but the insides, I was not. I was expecting more. I was expecting something, and it didn't deliver, and it's kind of like I don't know, man. It was too cartoony. It was
Right.
too fucking cartoony for
I
me.
just opened one. Okay.
Yeah, look at it. It's
Mhm.
all. It's. I mean, I know they're trying to go for like the '80s thing, but it didn't. It didn't work for me.
I think the coloring is not helping you.
The coloring, and then it gets lost a little bit. Like I don't know, the characters or the figures don't seem to pop out. They kind of get lost.
But this company went under, right?
Yes, from what I've heard, this company has gone under. So I don't know if
Diamond or tariffs or what's the
I don't know. Let me look that up because it was American mythology, huh?
yeah.
Where's Where's Julius? Because he knows all about all that stuff. Hold on. American mythology comics. Look it up.
Didn't you some person is asking what do you have on your bookshelf? Didn't you take pictures already, Ray?
Yeah, yeah. I took pictures of my bookshelf and I posted them on the X. I mean, if you want, I'll take more pictures. That's fine. But it's just comics and books, man. Just tons and tons of comics and books. I have my other bookshelves reserved for toys, but most of these bookshelves over here on this side are just comics and books. Um, yeah, I'll take more pictures if you want. Let's see. So American mythology. It looks like they're still around. Hold on. Let's see. They have their website news for American mythology. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Um, Return of the Living Dead. They're talking about Return of the Living Dead. Laurel and Hardy meet the Three Stooges. What?
What the fuck?
The there was a. I think I got this book. The Casper Spookville was part of the free comic book day, or was it? No, wait, that was 2019. What the fuck? 2019. What's going on here? Hold on.
I don't know, dude.
That's like what, 5 years ago, 6 years ago? Quién sabe. It's showing me the new releases, and Return of the Living Dead 3 was the last one. But if you read the book, there's supposed to be Return of the Living Dead 4, but it's not being advertised here. So
Kind of like what happened to us.
there you go. Exactly. Kind of like what happened to us. Hold on, let me check over here real quick. There it is. American mythology's future is uncertain due to Diamond's bankruptcy, risking its horror comic publications. Diamond comic distributors' troubles leave American mythology with unpaid bills and no distribution channel.
Mm-hmm.
It was in January, and it was the Beat that reported it, and the Beat says, as we've been reporting for a while, the greatest impact of Diamond's filing for Chapter 11 is most likely on small publishers who specialize in periodical format comics and have no distribution alternative. American Mythology is one such small comic book publisher, and perhaps one of the first to announce that they may not survive this crisis. American Mythology was founded by Michael Bornstein in the mid-teens and publishes such titles as Three Stooges, Stargate, and Pink Panther. That's weird. They have like a bunch of crazy licenses. Their most recent offerings include spin-offs of the public domain Night of the Living Dead. Not a star player, but part of the ecosystem. They signed a deal with Diamond back in 2016. And in a statement they sent out today, they write saying, if you missed the news, Diamond Comic Distributors, the outlet that supplies comic books to retail shops, has filed for bankruptcy. This was back in January. They are
Okay.
not paying publishers for approximately 2 months worth of books. They shipped them into stores, and now that money is gone, pending in bankruptcy evaluation. The best case scenario is that some portion of the money will be get paid at some point in the future. The worst case is that it is just gone, leaving a lot of publishers, American Mythology included, holding the bag of huge print bills and creative costs. Shit, dude. So,
What's going on with Diamond right now?
dude, the whole diamond thing is a big desmadre. I mean,
They filed
it's
for Chapter 7, no?
they filed for chapters. No,
Well, they made them for Chapter
they
7.
made them. Yeah, they made them file for chapter 7. Hold on, let me see if I can find that. That shit's crazy, dude. Like, hold
So now
on.
they have
Yeah.
to sell everything, right? No.
Well, the thing
Liquidate.
is, yeah, they have to liquidate. So let me see if it has anything here. 4 days ago, 3 days ago, 2 days ago. This one is the newest one right here. Why does it take so forever to open? Okay, so this one says this was dated 2 days ago, which was on Friday. Alliance Entertainment has terminated the agreement to purchase Diamond's assets after last week. Diamond Comics distributors announced on Wednesday that the District of Maryland's United States Bankrupt Court approved a combined bid by Canadian comics distributor Universal Distribution and pop culture manufacturer and licensor Ad Populum to acquire Diamond's assets. Following the transaction's final closing, Universal will acquire the assets of Alliance game distributors. Meanwhile, Ad Populum will acquire the assets of Diamond's comic distributors, Diamond Comic Book Distributors, Diamond Select and Collectibles, Collectible Grading Authority, and other assets. The sales process did not affect Diamond UK. This decision follows wholesale and distributor Alliance Entertainment, not to be confused with Diamond's Alliance Game Distributors. I don't even know what the fuck that means. Announcements last week to terminate the agreement to purchase Diamond Comics Distributors assets, which include all the ones that I said about. Background, it talks about Diamond. So pretty much, Alliance said, no, ni madre, we don't want anything to do with you because you're being kind of shady. And they got out of it. And then it says here, this one's the one. After fraud lawsuit, new buyers strike deal for Diamond. This was on May 2nd. In the latest twist of the Hunt Valley Company's bankruptcy saga, a judge approved the sales of Diamond Comics to two new suitors. A day after its would-be buyer filed a fraud suit against Diamond Comics distributors, the Hunt Valley Comic Company has secured a new suitor, and that is two new suitors. Universal Distribution and Ad Populum agreed to buy separate divisions of Diamond Comics. The federal bankruptcy court judge approved the sale on Wednesday, though the deal has yet to close. In the latest twist for Diamond Comics, which traces its roots to Baltimore basement, Diamond grew to dominate its field and spread its tentacles into related businesses before filing bankruptcy this year. Alliance Entertainment, a Florida-based music and electronics distributor, was the high bidder at the bankruptcy auction late March, but Diamond sought to pivot to a rival buyer. The auction deal was canceled, and Alliance sued Diamond for fraud, alleging that Diamond inflated the value of its business by tens of millions of dollars as part of an intentional scheme. Oh, shit. According to its lawsuit, Alliance had agreed to pay about $85 million for Diamond. The terms of sale to Universal and Ad Populum are not clear, but the combined deal appears to be worth significantly less. Court documents show that Universal and Ad Populum agreed to pay $42 million and $7.5 million respectively, though both agreements are subject to other stipulations that could affect the final sales. That's half. That's fucking half of what fucking Alliance was going to buy Diamond for. $85 million. And they swindled them or not did this fucking deal with Universal and Ad Populum for them to pay $42 million?
No mames.
What's going on there, man? Like, that's fucking tranza, dude. Like, hardcore.
Yeah.
So, I mean, as of right now, that's fucking crazy. And then the chapter 7 thing, where is it? The fate remains mysterious. Let's see. Bottom line: Diamond will be sold to two bidders: the Canadian distributor Universal Distribution and Ad Populum, the parent company of collectible maker NECA and its subsidiary WizKids. Universal will acquire the assets of Diamond's Alliance game distributors, and Ad Populum will acquire Diamond comic distributors. So basically, what it's telling me here is that NECA is going to own comic distribution through Diamond.
Already.
That's fucking crazy. Let's see. Da-da-da-da. So I think what they really want here, what they're really going after, is fuck comics. What they want is this. Alliance
Yeah.
Entertainment terminated the purchase agreement on April 24th after learning that Diamond's Alliance game distributors had lost its contract with Magic the Gathering and Dungeons and Dragons, parent company Wizards of the Coast. Losing that contract will reduce Alliance game distributors' business by 25%. After trying and failing to renegotiate the purchase, Alliance Entertainment dropped its bid. So they were after that. That's what they were after. The fucking Wizards of the Coast, because there's a lot of cash in that, especially with Magic the Gathering, man. That's like,
See.
fuck comics, card games. That's the way to go. Shit, man. Like, there's a bunch of stuff going on behind the scenes. I think Julius had covered this on his show as well, talking about how it's like a pinche novela, man. Like,
Yeah.
so the last thing that I had read was that Diamond had failed to submit its like periodical information on how it was spending the money that it had.
That that's a pendejada, dude. I mean, you're asking for help and then you miss your deadlines to submit paperwork.
Yeah.
I mean,
And because of that, that's when they were like, okay, motherfuckers, guess what? You got to liquidate everything. Because they don't, because the government ain't gonna fuck around. You know, the government's gonna be like, you asked for bankruptcy for Chapter 11,
Yeah.
and you're still jerking us around. Here it is. The company is facing a potential conversion to Chapter 7 bankruptcy, which will lead to liquidation if it cannot pay its debts. Shit, dude. Hold on.
No mames.
That's fucking like. Chapter 7 bankruptcy is a legal process that allows individuals or businesses to discharge most of their debts. It involves the sale of assets to pay off creditors. Chapter 7 is the quickest and cheapest bankruptcy chapter to file. In business cases, it terminates the company's operations and takes the company completely out of business. Shit.
Hey.
If that happens, if they go after them and Chapter 7 happens, bye-bye comics. No haber ni madre. Like, nobody will be able to get shit. So,
Pero pues no, that's not true, no? Like not completely true because I mean shops are still getting stuff from Random House, no, and Lunar distribution. But it's not
Who's-
everything. But it's not everything, right?
who's not through Lunar or Random House? Like all the small publishers, of course.
We'll see. The Image, no? Image is through Lunar.
No, Image signed a deal. They're with Lunar now.
Yeah, Lunar. Luego, ¿qué más? DC is with
DC's
Lunar.
with Lunar, and then Marvel's with Random House.
Uh-huh.
But what about Dark Horse? I don't remember who Dark Horse was with. Was they with
Probably they're going to Lunar también, no?
I wouldn't doubt it. And then,
But I keep hearing that Lunar's not like on the ball. Like,
you know what? I heard that from comic book stores
yeah,
that they ship their stuff all fucked up and all the books get there all damaged and they don't know how to ship them and this is new to them. También Random House was having that issue the first time around when Marvel went over to them, but now they supposedly had fixed it all. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Pinche desmadre and a half. So
exacto. Son desmadres, güey.
So get ready, guys. Like if you get your comics, if you get your small independent publisher comics through Diamond, that might not happen anymore. You're gonna have to go, DC and Marvel way and get like mainstream comics only to get your fix and shit.
Imagínate, guacala.
Mm. Guacala, que feo. Que rico.
I mean,
Um,
even Rulo yesterday told us that he's just buying old shit. He stopped buying new stuff.
I was noticing that yesterday too. A lot of people that were buying stuff, they were staying away from the walls. They were
Yeah.
in the bins. They were looking through the bins. I think I bought maybe like 2 or maybe 3 new books, and everything else that I bought was all old stuff to fill in the gaps in the collection or stuff that I always wanted that I never
Yeah.
found and I ran across. Um, Especially those Savage Sword. The Savage Sword of Conan are super hard to find, dude. Like if I run across them, I just grab them.
Eso llegó like out of the blue, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like even like those Mad magazines, dude. Also,
Those were awesome, man.
yeah,
Shit.
bought a few.
Fuck yeah, Mort Drucker and like I don't know what else was on there, but those are fucking badass.
I was kind of hoping that he had like 90s stuff, but it's all 80s.
Well, you got the Deathmate, didn't you?
Oh, the Deathwing, yeah. It's missing 2 issues though.
Oh, it's missing. Did you get the red issue?
Yeah, the red issue, and I think it's missing the epilogue and the black one.
Oh shit, the one with the Supreme cover.
Yeah, no, with the Exo Manowar and
There you go.
Kyoto, Ripclaw, and some other guys.
That was the death. That was the Deathmate Black. That was the Jim Lee one.
Yeah, but the red one's pretty cool. But Pichi Rob Liefeld, man, nomás que no quiere.
It's still. Don't speak ill of Robbie. Leave Robbie alone.
Robbie!
Robbie. Pobrecito, man. No tan pobrecito. He's a millionaire. ¿Por qué le digo pobrecito? What the fuck?
No. Pichi, I know Rob y le dan mucha carrilla, pero I like his work. I like his style.
It's energetic, man. It's fucking exciting. It was new when it came out. I listened to his podcast a lot, and I just fast forwarded for the first 5 minutes because all he does is recap everything that he's ever done in his life. But after that, he gets into like the good stuff. But everybody gives him a lot of shit, and no one really understands what he did and how he changed the comic book landscape. And by himself, dude. I'm not gonna fucking say it was all the Image guys. It was Rob Liefeld that started that shit, and nobody gives him enough credit, man. Like now,
no, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say now he's just like he's kind of just bathing in the glory of all that he's done. But before, like you would say, like Liefeld, and everyone would laugh at you because you liked his work.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
No, I was listening to his he did a recap of Image when Image was founded.
Oh yeah, dude, that one was good.
Where were you, or something like that? No.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was. I was laughing that because McFarlane, dude, I'm gonna retire and I'm gonna do hockey cards. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
With all due respect, pinche pendejo, what the fuck?
Why? Why would you do that, dude? I want to do fucking hockey cards.
I had the best-selling book ever. I'm gonna do hockey cards.
On the upper deck. You could be in the front row.
The front row. See, and you know, if you turn around and look at it that way, McFarlane, the contribution that he's done, even though everyone kind of like remembers him for Spider-Man, the real contribution he's done is to the toy industry. He fucking changed the toy industry, which is badass too. You know, he has his own niche that he filled. Liefeld filled that niche where he changed the comic book landscape. McFarlane did it for the toy industry. And that's impressive, man. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have the detailing that we get in toys, or the articulation, or the packaging, or the just the sculpts and stuff like that. Like, holy shit, dude! Like, he did a lot, man. So don't talk shit about Toddy, even though I can talk shit about Toddy. But
you almost killed Toddy.
I almost killed Toddy, so I can talk shit about him. ¿Qué más? And then Jim Lee, man. Jim Lee went and became the CEO of fucking DC Comics. Mind you, it cost him his soul, but nonetheless,
Pinche también soy Jim Lee.
did you listen to the thing about how if things had played out differently, Jim Lee would be the CEO for Marvel right now instead of Quesada?
You think that he would have saved comics, Marvel, to be
I think
specific?
I think if Jim Lee or even if Quesada was still around, I think they would do a lot better job of what Marvel is right now because that's a whole other stream that he does about how he calls out and Liefeld le vale madre, dude. He's made his money. He's a fucking bazillionaire. He created Deadpool, whatever. So le vale madre. He's gonna talk shit, and he talks shit about Marvel left and right, and calls out everybody and tells them they should be fired, and they should put new people involved, and you can save Marvel if you do this. He he knows his shit, dude. He knows his shit. So I totally respect him. I totally respect him. So.
Pero I mean, it's very. I I mean, he can say that because he quit Marvel. No, he left Marvel already again.
Mm-hmm.
What
Again,
the third time?
the third time.
The third time's
But
the charm.
apparently this time it's for good because of the way that they played him when Deadpool came out. So
Ah, that's interesting.
that they did a bunch of this. Madre, Jim Lee would have sold Marvel like he did with his company. Shit, dude.
Man, that's true, man. That's fucking.
You know what sucks about that is that the fucking Wildstorm universe has a lot of fucking interesting characters that rivaled Marvel as far as like the X-Men and stuff like that, like those type of characters, right? And as soon as DC acquired Jim Lee and Wildstorm, they buried all of those fucking characters, man. Like the only one that they ever let out to play is the fucking Grifter. That's about it. But they buried everything, man. Like no Wildcats, no Wildstorm, no Authority. Now they're bringing back the Authority because this dude wants to make a movie about it. So they're gonna have to swallow their fucking spit on that one and deal with it. But everything is buried. When was the last time you saw a Wildcats book or a fucking Authority book or a fucking what was the other one? The a Stormwatch book.
No, Stormwatch, no, way, no mames.
All of that shit got buried because Jim Lee signed away his life. He signed away all of his fucking rights when DC purchased all those characters. That sucks, dude. That sucks, man. So I love the Authority. I love Stormwatch. Shit. So I don't know. That's just me.
No, pues bueno. You know what happened with Rob Way with his Youngblood? Now that he's doing it again.
So apparently, back when Image was launched, he needed to get investors, and I'm really like touching on the surface of this. Like, if you want to deep dive, you can deep dive
Sí.
and figure this shit out. But he needed investors, so he sold the rights to Youngblood to different investors, and the shareholders of that IP, including himself, had final say as to how Youngblood was presented to the public, how it was distributed, how it was sold as an IP. Long story short, there was one cat that owned a major percentage of the shares,
Uh-huh.
and that guy was just some dude. He owned, I want to say he owns Titan Comics, if I'm not mistaken, but he was not budging as far as Youngblood was concerned, and because he owned the majority of shares, Liefeld was SOL, and he couldn't touch those characters. He owned characters that he created, the characters that launched fucking Image. He couldn't touch them. He couldn't do anything with them because he didn't own the rights, the majority of the rights. And so this has been going on for like the past, I want to say 20 years, more or less. The last time that there was a Youngblood book. And so he hasn't been able. And there was a podcast that he did, a stream that Liefeld did, where he was talking about how bad he felt because he couldn't touch his own characters and how much he missed those characters, but because of the things that he had to do in order to, get them out, he had lost all rights or the rights to publish them. So something happened in the last few years. I guess he touches also briefly on that when he talks in his podcast, but he talks about how he got together with the other investors and they were able to, I don't want to say overpower the major shareholder, but they were able to come to an agreement where he got the rights back to Youngblood and he was able to draw them again and publish them again. And right now there's a resurgence of Youngblood, and I don't know if you guys have picked up the facsimiles or the reprint issues that were pushed out by Image. But that's what he's writing on right now. So after he left Marvel, he had a game plan. He wanted to go back to Youngblood and finish what he started, because apparently from what he's talking, all the stories that he did are canon, and he's going to pick up where he left off with all the characters, and he's going to bring it to a close because they are his characters, and I guess they die with him or some shit like that. So
No way.
that shit's crazy, man. Imagine losing the rights to your characters and you can't touch them anymore. You can't draw them or anything.
You want? I mean, do you have Kryptonos protected?
From you? Like,
Me?
you know, that actually did happen to somebody that we know that's very, 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 very close to us. He did kind of sort of lose the rights to his characters because he got into business with somebody and they kind of took advantage of him, and he wasn't able to touch those characters, man, until I guess something happened where the company that he was working with, they went under, so the rights reverted back to him. So now he's able to use the characters and shit. As a matter of fact, that person that we're talking about was sitting next to you, Oli.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah, pretty much. You can ask him next time you talk to him. But yeah, it was a big desmadre, man. It fucking sucked too. So
Mi compa?
el que le vas a colorear su pinche cover.
Yeah, is that guy?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, dude.
Very much. Pues ahí después te cuento de esa, because it's more his story than it is mine. So
Shit. Okay. Well, that doesn't stop you from telling it.
yeah, I know, huh? Shit. We should have him on. Fucking motherfucker should be on and shit.
Bro, hey, his audio sucks, dude.
His audio sucks and shit.
See, because he would echo and have like fucking feedback y no sé qué más.
Pinche cabrón. I was about to say his name. Pinche cabrón.
Oh, wait, back to Rob, dude. I asked you last time. What was his appeal back in the 90s, dude? What was Rob's appeal? Like Youngblood and all that, all Extreme Studios. I mean,
Like
no, so I know the appeal of his artwork because it stands out, but story wise, how were they?
I mean, you read Youngblood. It was
I read 6 only, issue 6.
really, you never read issue 1?
I didn't have. I think I didn't have those. I think
It was. I mean, how can I put it without sounding like a fucking dick? Like just.
Pues tu compa, huh? You can't go
Pues sí, ¿verdad?
talk shit about your compa.
The artwork was energetic, like it moved.
Yeah.
Looking at it, and this is what he always goes back to. Is like if you listen to his streams, he always goes back to this. Like the artwork needs to move, it needs to keep the reader engaged, it needs to keep you turning pages. Oh my god, look at this shot! Oh my god, look what he's doing here! Oh my god, Wolverine's popping his claws, shit like that. But he never ever talks about the story. It's very briefly that he talks about the story. The only time that he's ever talked about story with Youngblood was when Alan Moore was writing it. When Alan Moore was writing Supreme, when Alan Moore was writing Youngblood, he will go into detail about that because those stories are well fleshed out. Whatever Alan Moore may be, a pirate, wizard, sorcerer, whatever, he knows his shit. He could write the shit out of anything. And he turned Youngblood around and made it like this big thing when he wrote the book. So he will talk about that. But anything before that, it's very like, and they're government agents, and they got to fight this. You know what? To this day, I have no idea who the major villain was for Youngblood. Who the fuck?
Cyber Data, I think.
I don't even remember, dude. Like for Wildcats, I know it was Hellspawn.
Yeah.
For Spawn, it was Malbolgia.
Timon.
For Shadowhawk, it was AIDS.
Oh, damn.
Because it's true, that was the villain. And even for fucking for Cyberforce, dude, like they had like anti-Cyberforce or whatever.
What was that?
Yeah, that's true. Who was the fucking ones for? Who were the villains for Cyberforce? Wetworks. Who were the villains for Wetworks? All the monsters.
I'm gonna ask ChatGPT. Hold on.
It was the werewolves in Wetworks that were the monsters. Ask it who was the major antagonist for Youngblood.
Who was the major antagonist in Rob Liefeld's Youngblood? They gotta be specific, no?
Yeah, you got to be specific when it comes to that.
Alright.
¿Qué te dice? ChatGPT.
In Youngblood, one of the major recurring antagonists is Darkthorn. Darkthorn. He is a powerful alien warlord and sovereign of the dimension known as the Nether. The Nether.
The,
Darkthorn served as a central villain in the early issues of Youngblood, especially in the Youngblood miniseries and spin-offs. His threat is both cosmic and personal. Personal, it's personal, bitch. Involving conflicts with characters like Shaft and Batrock.
what
Other
the?
notable, other notable antagonists throughout the Youngblood series include Bloodstrike, initially presented as rivals, later more nuanced. Cybernet, a nefarious organization, and Crypt, a monster is being introduced later in the series. But that Crypt was more an antagonist for profit, no?
Yeah, I thought he was more antagonist for profit. So I remember that one. Look,
However, due to
here,
Youngblood's sporadic publishing history and frequent reboots or reinterpretations, the main villain can vary depending on the specific volume or era.
I just sent you an image. It's the only fucking picture I found in all of the internets of Darkthorn.
Neta.
I sent it in the private chat so you can see it.
Oh, I remember this guy. But really?
I don't remember that.
Was that so that's the dark side, no? De ellos.
I guess so. I mean, that's the only picture that I remember ever seeing.
But why have a fucking alien and and the team is like government agents? Well, I don't understand it.
Ah, aliens and government agents. There you go.
I mean, it doesn't fit, no? Está muy anyway.
Tamui, what? What were we gonna say?
No, it's it doesn't make sense. Dude. It doesn't fit. Why not make it like evil young blood, no?
Evil young blood,
or ex young blood members, no? I'll be better, no?
old blood.
Old blood. Ándale.
You know what? That gives me a good idea right there. Shit. So Youngblood is the team that's on right now. Old Blood is the team that was before, and they're the ones that turned villains and shit. They have so much fucking experience that they could overpower Youngblood so easily, but they don't. Like they're mercs. They're really mercs. They were because Youngblood is government agents, so Old Blood would be the mercs. Would be the ones
Why
that were
not? Why
hired.
not? Why not make it Die Hard, the villain?
Wasn't Die Hard like? Wouldn't he snap every once in a while? He was like a cyborg, wasn't he?
I was reading the Youngblood strike file, and he's like a Captain America, no?
Yeah, he's like trapped in there or some shit, and he has a.
But bitchy Rob, man, come on, be more original, dude.
It's all about the images, Oli. It's all about the images.
It's all about image, no?
It's about image. It's about action. It's about
About image.
and bam, and then he moves, and then Die Hard's flying, boom, and then something else happens, and then and then they shoot guns.
I was reading issue 6, and then I was watching the cartoonist kayfabe video where they have him on
Yeah,
to like read along or commentate on issue 6, and that was like what he said. Yeah, man, I didn't tell a story in the in the first 5 issues,
chingo.
and 6 is I'm giving you more story, more slice of life type of shit, and like
He wasn't. He wasn't. He was doing it the Marvel way, wasn't he? He was just drawing, and then you would add the script later.
Simon.
Like he just had images because
Yeah.
McFarlane was doing that with Spawn. Like he admits it. McFarlane has admitted that that's how he was doing Spawn at the beginning. He would just draw a bunch of pages and then fill it in between. Ooh, cool shots, burros! Look, check it out. And then he'd fill it in between with like something. So I don't know, man. I don't know.
But my God,
Okay.
they need writers though, or they need how to know they know how to write. No, they need to know how to write.
They know how to present a story because they're fucking, talented at their job, which is sequentials.
Yeah.
So they can, if they have a scene in their head, they can transfer it to the page, and boom, sale, and it's fucking badass. Now that's just a scene; it has no fucking dialogue. So they go back and put that in later,
Yeah.
but they have no direction because it's just something cool that's happening on the page, and it draws you in, And I can hear him saying this shit like, and comics are supposed to be exciting, and they're supposed to like entertain
I,
you, and like
I think McFarlane's best issue is 5.
because he didn't write it.
No, he did no.
Not that I know of. I think that was an Alan Moore. No, Neil Gaiman
No,
started writing it. I think.
no. Yeah, that's where Kincaid comes out. That's his.
Was it? Hold on. Let's see. Let's see.
That's his.
Yes. Issue.
That's his issue. I think 6 and 7 is when over to kill comes in.
Over, overt to kill.
Over to kill.
Yes,
And
you're right. It was McFarlane that wrote it.
I think 9, 8 or 9. That's where he invites people to co-write.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right on that one. But if you remember Youngblood, I mean not Youngblood, X Force,
Yeah,
or rather the last 2 issues of New Mutants that Liefeld was writing, like it was he had to take direction from Claremont on those because they were tie-ins
yeah,
to the Extinction Agenda and all this other stuff. And then after X Force, he had to kind of take a little bit of direction from the aftermath of what happened in the Extinction Agenda because everything was changed, the landscape was changed. So they were good, they were well written because he was getting direction. But he doesn't talk about that. I'm sure he doesn't talk about that. But now when he breaks out and he's doing his own thing and it's Youngblood and he's like, I'm just gonna draw these fucking badass comics and ride the fucking wave of all these people adoring what I did on New Mutants and X Force. That's when he was like, holy shit, like I need to figure out how to write a comic, like actually write something engaging. And
yeah.
that's when he brought in like the fellow writer. I can't remember who it was, but he had a writer come in and start helping him. I think was it Brandon Choi or who was it, man? Like,
No,
oh
in Youngblood,
yeah, wasn't it on Youngblood? He brought in somebody.
Eric Stevenson, dude,
There you go, Eric Stevenson, who is now the head of what?
is a publisher, no, of
He's a
Image.
publisher of Image.
I remember. I don't know if it was with Kayfabe or on his podcast that he says that he got a letter from fan mail from Stevenson, like telling him, you know what, your premises are cool, your pitch is badass, but it does not reflect in your interiors, in your story. Where is the
Uh-huh.
government agency? Where is that? We don't see that shit anywhere. Okay, you're hired. Hey, help me write this shit then.
No shit, dude. That sounds
Yeah,
about right.
sí,
Just
güey.
fucking, that's fucking crazy, dude. Because yeah, I mean, it was directionless. It was just cool to look at, and so some person says I heard in the Jim Lee stream that he switched over to DC because they paid $5 more per page. Really? Maybe he was joking. I mean,
Wow, no mames.
fucking, he was already getting thousands of dollars on his fucking
Would
original.
that
So
would that make a difference? Honestly, like
a
5 bucks.
$1,005, Oli.
Shit, damn.
Chica. Oh man. And you know what's surprising to me, man? Like, because he talks about it in his streams and his podcast about
Uh,
how tight he is with Jim Valentino and how good of friends they were and how he lived at his house and how he had his family and all sort of stuff. He never ever asked Valentino, who was a fucking accomplished writer, because he fucking wrote the shit out of Guardians of the Galaxy and drew it,
Simon.
and it was engaging. He never asked Valentino to write Youngblood for him.
Yeah,
That's interesting to me. That's like something I would ask him.
it's
Like, why,
interesting. Cierto.
why didn't you? Why didn't you ask this dude that knew what he was doing
Help,
to
help
help
me,
you out?
help me script out. No, the
At least the
fucking
dialogue or something, because all the dialogue is the same. Liefeld was guilty of doing that one fucking thing that you're not supposed to do, and it's
right,
fucking
draw what you're writing.
yeah.
You're being redundant.
You're being redundant. He would write what the character was doing.
Yeah,
I'm jumping at you as he's fucking jumping at you. You know, like Die Hard. I'm flying at you as he's flying at you. And Liefeld was guilty of that, and that's like a fucking cardinal sin when it comes
yeah,
to comics.
a faux pas, no.
Exactly. So that's weird, man. That's hmm. I'm gonna write him and see if he'll talk about that on one of his streams and shit. Or si quiere. But
You should pitch him an idea, dude. The old bloods, that would be badass.
the old bloods. Ese güey, chingado, le mandé un libro, no me contestó el cabrón. Oh, did you read my image pitch?
No, I haven't read
Oh,
it.
que la madre. I was getting ready for you to like chew me out.
No, todavía no. I'll read it. I'll read it soon.
Soon. But not soon enough, sir. Not soon enough. ¿Qué
See,
más? ¿Qué
see.
más?
No, but that dude, the Liefeld, man. I mean, I like his work from the '90s, and what he's doing now, I think he's going into that Frank Miller territory, no? Like he's doing it like quicker or without not that much detail and shit like that.
Did you see the new pages that he was putting out for the manga Youngblood?
Yeah, I saw those. Yes,
What did you think? Be honest. Like, I don't know if you want to put a page up if you have it or
I
if you
mean,
don't have it.
I like it black and white better than the colored one, honestly.
You like the action lines?
The action lines, I mean, where is that?
That's the thing that was kind of like getting to me because he talks about manga a lot, how he picks up manga and he reads manga and how American comics are losing to manga and why.
Dude, his all his layouts in Youngblood, Deathmate, all that, it's manga, dude. It's the same as he got that from manga, man.
I can see that.
The full body shots, the panel layouts. He's only doing like 3 panels per page.
Mm-hmm.
That's manga.
That's
But
true.
the thing is, he's adopting decompressed storytelling in a 22-page floppy. He can't do that because you're taking away story.
Yeah, but if you tell him that, he'll be like, "I'll do it. I'm Liefeld. I'll do it.
Yeah, exactly. It's me.
It's me." I don't know, man. Like, if it was that easy to do manga, then everybody would be doing it. You know, like actually compelling, engaging manga. And all he's doing is just printing a 22-page book in floppy format and calling it manga by putting it in black and white. Check this out, guys. Like, okay, so this is the Deadpool Wolverine that he drew. Okay,
No,
that's not him.
that's the Frank Miller.
That's a Frank Miller thing. Okay,
Oh my god, Frank.
what's wrong with his mask?
¿Qué es esto?
What is wrong with it? If he just threw a little bit of yellow on top or whatever, it'd be fine.
What
But
are these cat ears? Dude? What is going on here?
what is that hair? Is that hair? What is?
It's a Mogwai, dude. I don't know. I don't know. It's the the manga edition.
The bloody edition. $20 for 22 pages, bro. Look, he duotone the shit out of it, didn't he?
He should have gotten Panosian to do this.
Hey. Is that all we have to do the Kryptonos manga? Just put duotone?
Pues ya está blanco y negro, dude. It's already black and white.
No shit.
But I'm not gonna fucking do it right to left, cabrón. That's
Yes, I know. I just thought that
a
was
lot of
cool.
fucking work, dude. Come on.
Chingo. Look at the bloody edition.
Where's the? ¿No tiene pages?
The bloody edition is nothing. I sent you some pages, didn't I? It's just smeared like it's bloody. Ah, there you go. Ah, blood. Ah.
Just poked his nose and fucking squirted blood.
Pretty much. Hold on. Let me find the other one. Hold on a second.
I mean, I'd buy it, dude, but that fucking $20 me duele, güey.
¿Verdad?
It hurts me. It hurts my fucking soul.
Chinga. Hold on.
Does he have
And
anything?
You know what? Looking at now that you said that about him drawing manga, yes, it's all close-up shots, full body shots, action lines.
Yeah.
This one right here. Hold on, let me send this one to you. This is old. I don't know how old it is, but it's pretty old.
Got this.
Nice stuff. Send it to you.
That's the no, that's the
That's Youngblood 1. But which relaunch was this? You know, like,
this is Youngblood 8.
is it?
Yeah, this is one.
And it's all the same cover. Look, they're all coming at you. They have some action lines. It's all drawing the reader. But that one in particular has a shitload of action lines. Like, go back. One
Which one?
more. One more. Keep going. Keep going. The one that I sent you. ¿Qué le pasó?
Este?
Ese. Look at all the action lines on that shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right. He's been doing fucking manga for years.
Well,
But he,
since exports, dude, New Mutants.
no shit, huh? If you really look at it, that's fucking crazy.
I mean, look at this.
The bottom, the eyes and shit. The
Where's the black and white pages?
I thought I had sent those to you. Hold on, let me see.
Look at this bike.
A ver si lo encuentro esta madre. Did they remove them off of the internet? Hold on.
I don't think so.
No shit. Hmm. Hold on. Because he released a few, didn't he?
Like four, no? Four
Like from
pages.
the inside, yeah. ¿Dónde estás? ¿Dónde estás, Youngblood? Youngblood, can you hear me? Javi, can you hear me? Pichi Javi. Wow, they're not showing up anymore. Hold on. It was like Die Hard and some other character or something. No salen.
So déjalo ya.
Was it called Youngblood the manga or was it called something else?
I think it's on his Twitter, no?
It might be. Yeah, because I can't find it on here. Those are black and white ones. Interesting. Well played, Mr. Liefeld. Well played. It's just the covers. It just gives me the covers.
Man, his anatomy is all crazy, man. Shit.
No shit, dude. We used to like sit there and dissect the anatomy. Like his arms and his torsos were like longer than his legs or some shit like that. And, like this one. Check this one out. Check this one.
Uh,
I gotta share this one. Ahí te va. And go. Check that one out that I just sent through the chat.
yeah.
Look at what is going on with his arms and chest and neck and his legs and shit. Make it big. Make it big if you can.
Can I make it bigger? All right. View image. There we go.
There you go. What's happening there?
Is that his? See that?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
him. That's
Yeah.
Liefeld. What's going on there?
Is he drawing from memory? I bet no. Like
Like,
this is where the head goes. This is where his torso is.
shouldn't his head be higher up on his body? Why am I looking at his back? Why are his arms like so mutated? Like, what's going on? Like, I understand that it's all stylistic and it's like, look at his leg. How many muscles does a leg have?
Look at this. Esta mano se pierde.
Yeah, the hand gets lost.
Smuggling watermelons with those legs.
like what? I mean, I know there's that whole suspension of disbelief, that the stylistic choice, whatever of the artist. But for the love of God, man, like, what happened?
Why does Die Hard have a shield? I didn't understand that.
because he's supposed to be like robot Captain America. You just and he has a gun too in the back. That's a gun, right?
Yeah, shotgun. Yeah.
Oh, a shotgun.
But why? But why? I mean, why be a Captain America, dude?
I don't know. What are those things on his arms, like the shoulders, the fucking
Those tubes.
the bicycle tire tubes? Why are they there?
I don't know. I understand.
Gee, I'll Rob.
Yeah, and look, and Prophet has it the same too.
Yeah, he has some too. Chidas
What
madre.
is this? And what are these like fucking
They're robots.
rentagoon or something?
Rent a bot. Rent a. Like they have no hands. I don't know, man. Like, look at that. What's going on here? His fucking chins, dude. His shins. Sorry, his shins.
Los, the feet, dude.
The
Look,
feet and that shin right there. Like what's going on there? Is his leg broken? Like is he hunched over? Like
leave Rob alone.
I know I love him so much and I'm making fun of him and shit. That's just I don't know, man. Chingo.
I need to get these issues.
Pues eBay them. Just don't buy them overseas.
Shit, what is this? What? Young Blood. Backlash.
Hey, Backlash. Cheap bread booth.
Yeah, bitches. Yeah, comics, man.
Fucking crazy, man. You
Yeah,
know?
this was from Strike Files, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there you go.
That was him drawing it, right?
Yeah.
See, like right there, I can see his chin on sitting on top of the shoulders,
Yeah. Yeah, this is a cool shot.
but like, where's all the other muscles that were around his neck?
And they're not like pecs, dude. They're kind of like breasts, no?
Yeah, they hang over the costume. Look, like
Simon. Hey,
the costume's underneath the breasts. Like
Simon.
fucking a man. Tanto que lo quieres al güey.
Tanto que lo quiero, sí, güey. I mean, when I was drawing Sturban, I referenced a lot of Liefeld, dude.
Oh really?
Like the layouts, because I like his layouts. I think they're very dynamic. Like,
No, they are. They follow all the rules of sequential art. They lead the eye. They are fucking. They
Yeah.
move. The pages move. Like when you're looking at a Liefeld book, when you're looking at the way that he sets up his pages, they move and they keep you engaged. They keep you turning the pages. But when you step back and you start looking at it, that's when you're like, wait a minute.
yeah, you're not supposed to like. You're not supposed to look at it like for a long time, no?
Don't look at the man behind the curtain. Just ignore it and enjoy the ride.
Sí, well, güey.
Chingao.
You're not supposed to look at it. Yeah.
Ay, ay. No, pues es tu amigo.
Es tu compa.
Es tu amigote.
So
Oh,
what's next, dude? What do you want to talk about? You're gonna give it call it a night.
Yeah, pues yeah, you sound like you're falling asleep and we're all like tired and shit from the weekend. It was a badass weekend. It was a long weekend.
Yes, dude. Yesterday I was very tired, man, afterwards. Yeah.
You got home and you knocked out and shit.
Sí, güey. I was like, damn.
Pues órale. Vámonos a dormir entonces temprano.
What is this? How many Youngblood fucking series did he do?
Ask Siri or ask Alexa or some shit. Hold on. Keep talking real quick. I gotta check something real quick. I mean,
Puta madre. Okay, let's head over to Skynet, guys, and ask. Are you guys interested in Youngblood history? How many series of Youngblood are there? Youngblood has gone through several series and reboots since its debut in 1992 on the Rob Liefeld Extreme Studios. He's directed the main series and notable reboots. Youngblood Volume 1, 1992 to 1994. Okay. 10 issues. Okay. Youngblood Strike Final, 1993, 1994. 11 issues. Okay. Tim Youngblood, 13 issues. Youngblood Volume 2, 6 issues. Not all stories were completed. Damn. Okay, that was from Maximum Press. Oh, I never got into Maximum Press. Oh, that's Ray. Here we did. Youngblood Volume 3 from Awesome Comics. Only 2 published out of 6. Ya sé. ¿Dónde fue? Where'd he go? Did he go to the bathroom? Del Chorrillo? Pinche Ray. All right. Youngblood
Sorry.
Bloodsport. ¿Dónde fuiste? ¿Al baño?
No, fui a prender el aire. Está apagado.
Okay.
We're fucking cooking in here. Anyway,
He didn't have a long run, dude, on Youngblood, man.
who did he
Yeah.
hand it over or what?
He only did like 10, 12 issues.
Really?
Yeah, Youngblood Volume 1. That was an Image. He only did 10 issues.
Ay, way.
The original Youngblood. All right. Youngblood Strike File, 93 through 94. He only did 11 issues. Team Youngblood, 93, 94. He only did 13 issues. There you go.
Chinga.
Te cagar. Youngblood Volume 2. Publisher, Maximum Press. He only did 6 issues. Notes, not all stories were completed.
Damn.
Youngblood Volume 3, 2000 to 2001. Publisher, Awesome Comics. Only published 2 books out of 6.
Wow.
Notes: Alan Moore reimagined the team with more meta and satirical tones. Whatever that means. Youngblood Bloodsport 2004. Publisher Arcade Comics. Writer Mark Miller.
Oh, really?
Only 1 issue released officially. Highly anticipated but never finished. Get pedo,
Oh
güey.
shit, dude.
That was when Blackfield sold it.
Was that the Kickstarter? So this is what I found. Like this is what I
Uh-huh.
found and shit. As far as what happened. Uh Youngblood was a massive hit, becoming the best-selling indie comic for a time, though it was blasted by critics. Despite several delays, Youngblood would return over the course of several titles, including several key characters to the team and process. Unfortunately, tensions started to run high between Liefeld and Silvestri, resulting in a confusing game of musical chairs, whereby Silvestri withdrew from Image, Liefeld resigned, and then Silvestri returned. That was the whole pedo of Michael Turner. That was the Michael Turner pedo.
Simon.
Remember that shit, right?
Yes.
So then Liefeld formed a new company called Awesome Entertainment, but after a dust-up between Liefeld and his partners, the rights to Youngblood were divided up, with Liefeld resuming publishing several Youngblood revivals through 2017. However, Liefeld claims he has not owned the Youngblood rights for decades, likely stemming from his agreement. After interactions with Andrew Rev of Terrific Production LCC, Rob Liefeld said on Facebook he had decided to wash my hands of this corner of my imagination and announced he was ceasing publication of his current iteration of Youngblood. So that's when he lost control
Uh-huh.
in 2017. So let me see. Hold on. That's that part. Let's see here. Pinchi comic book chisme. Uh, t- 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 Let's see. This I think this is like from The answer has been posted on Liefeld's own Facebook page by the creator himself. Where is Youngblood? This is the question I get asked repeatedly. In 1997, at 29 years old, blah, blah, blah. I took an investor named Scott Rosenberg of Malibu Comics. I had a previous relation with him, but this was different. Jeff Lowe brought him to the table as a potential partner, and after a few discussions, the time felt right to make this move. We made a fancy press announcement, and we birthed Awesome Comics. This was in 1997. It was meant as a temporary adjustment. This was right after he left Image, if I remember correctly. So right after he left Image, he started Awesome Comics. It was meant as a temporary adjustment. If I did not find another partner, Scott would foreclose and own everything. I eventually found another partner, a gentleman named John Hyde, and he stepped in to finance Awesome Comics until he and Scott had an issue and Awesome went into free fall, and I shuttered the label permanently in 2000. John, Scott, and I agreed to a split of my Extreme catalog in 1999. We each received 8 titles and could exploit them in media. The environment at the time was not kind to comic book material, and I wasn't selling any of my catalog picks, and neither were John and Scott. Through it all, I maintained publishing rights, bringing you the comic adventures of my creations with different and various creatives under my oversight. And until now, there were no hiccups whatsoever. Long story short, after failing to come to terms on 2 movie deals in recent years, including a movie deal in 2017 that I was so certain I was moving forward, remember 2017, that's when he said, fuck it, I'm done.
Yeah.
I contacted Hank Canals, Hank Canals, and informed him that he should expect some participation. Scott informed me last summer during 2018 Comic-Con that in order to raise capital, he had sold or partnered with someone for Youngblood comics and toys. I was stunned but not surprised. These are the most important assets that Scott possesses, and he needed to raise funds. The man he partnered with was Andrew Rev, someone unknown to me, and he informed me a number of times over the past year that he could make me a big success in comics, the next Todd McFarlane even, and told me I could audition to produce Youngblood comics. You can imagine how well that went over. So his own fucking book, dude, this guy owned. He told him, like, sure, bro, I'll make you famous, bro. So I currently have questionable access to Youngblood characters I created in Shepherd for nearly 3 decades. As a result, I shut down the storyline that would take Youngblood to issue 100 and beyond. Is there that many issues where it could go to issue 100?
No way. Not really.
Well, I mean, if it's all broken up into separate like series, maybe, I don't know. A decidedly new approach is necessary, which I believe is paramount to the post-Avengers endgame world we find ourselves in. Youngblood will no longer be published by Image Comics or with any of my involvement at this time. At a first in the 27 years it launched. It's all really weird, but I've settled into the realization that this is the way it is going to be. I held it together for 23 years since doing the deal until now. A film company rang me up last week seeking the rights to Youngblood, but it required my involvement, and I cannot at this juncture go forward. Thankfully, my other partner, John Hyde, has chosen to go on a different path, and he realizes the value that I bring to my creations, and we have partnered on his selections with profit going forward, having just set up the feature film, and we are currently pursuing glory in all media. 2 of the 3 of my catalog receive my involvement and participation. I have Bloodstrike, Brigade, Berserkers, Bloodwolf, Rejects, I guess, Kaboom, Evangeline, and Cybrid, and others in my portfolio under my domain. As I informed, remember Cybrid? As I informed everyone last year, I walked away from Netflix because I felt it was not the best opportunity at this time in our ever-changing world. I'm a finicky cat. So, shit, man. Look, here it is. I share this with you now following an unexpected conversation with the Andrew Rev guy about publishing. In short, it was very disrespectful, and I had to put distance between me, these people, and my creations, which were now in the foreign domain. I had to convincingly wash my hands of this corner of my imagination. I have a pretty fertile mind and many new projects yet to advance, many making the media rounds that will be known soon enough. This was a much-needed update and hopefully explains the current situation. Youngblood represented some of my finest work. I'm proud of all the work that I was produced. Sadly, film companies will be reluctant to invest the time and money in a venture without the support and blessing of its creator. So that's what ended up happening. This guy sold it to the wrong person, obviously. So
We'll see.
damn, damn, that sucks, man. Shit.
So I asked ChatGPT how many issues he released.
Hmm.
Uh, 41 of the main series and specials, and 24 of spin-offs.
So in
So
total, it's 52, 55.
65, yeah, 65 issues.
55 issues of Youngblood.
65,
No, 65 issues of Youngblood.
yeah.
So I guess he could have made it to issue 100 if he had kept the rights or control. Wow.
But all of that is just a bunch of issue ones, no? Again, like restarts and reboots and
And he talks about that too, the Quotaverse, remember?
yeah, the Quotaverse,
The
exactamente.
Quotaverse. So he's guilty of the Quotaverse as well. Or maybe not so much guilty, but he had to suffer through it in order to keep going with it.
So
That's crazy, man. This is all fucking crazy talk. So I don't know.
crazy
I
talk.
mean, I listen to his streams and I understand there's a lot of useful information that he presents, but of course at the same time it's his brand and he's selling his brand and any chance that he gets he's pitching his brand and he's reassuring you how um what's the word? Oh man, I had the word on the tip of my tongue. How stable his
Yeah.
brand is. And I don't know if you heard the last few episodes that he did, but he was talking about how he's going to reveal the numbers and whatever he makes, he's going to let you know.
Oh, sí, cierto, yeah.
You know, we made $100,000 and this and that. And I'm like, well, of course you're going to make that much, especially if you're selling fucking variants on whatnot, and fucking $20 manga books that are 22 pages and shit.
Exact. I was gonna say that. Yeah.
Well, yeah, there's a loophole,
Simón, y no, pues no está chido, güey.
just like the fucking the Planet Death loophole.
Yeah.
That shit was crazy, man. So
And it's interesting because he sings their praises, but then nah, we're not gonna do it like that. We're not gonna grift people and shit like that.
it's like a borderline grift to me.
See,
It's like right up against the edge of being a grift and shit. Like you're selling me a manga book with extra action lines that's 22 pages for $20, but Image is going to publish the exact same book in color for $5.
yeah,
That that's no say. And then what does he say? But it's a bloody variant.
it's a bloody variant.
It's a
Sí,
bloody
güey.
variant. So
Está cabrón porque the black and white one, I'm interested, but I'm not gonna pay $20 for it. I'm sorry.
pues, I know, man. But I mean, it's the same as the colors, so it's just in black and white.
Exacto.
Shit, dude. A rato sale en el dollar bin. A rato Izzy will have it and shit in the dollar bin and shit. Hold on.
The dollar bin.
Mm-hmm.
Pues ya, Ray, vámonos, fuga.
Sale pues, ándale pues. Let's see what else we talk about next time and shit. We actually have a decent conversation without Julius. Sauce.
Ah,
Sauce. Nobody interjecting with anything about everything's great. Everything's fantastic. Eggs are really cheap. Don't worry about it. You can make omelets. So we'll see. We'll see you again very, very soon in the. Oh, look, Javi just sent me a message. Javi heard me. Javi, can you hear me?
¿qué te dijo Javi?
He says, talk to me, Ray.
Talk to me.
Talk to me. Right now, ahorita le mando un pinche textazo. A ver qué dice.
All right, man.
But in the meantime, guys, follow us on all the social medias. Of course, we are very active right now. We're working on comics as we speak. We will give you updates on the next Domingazos or whatever comes first that we have. Big things in mind. Free Comic Book Day really opened our eyes as to what can be done and what we can do in the current state of comics. We'll keep an eye on the Diamond thing and see where that goes. And we will be back very, very soon. In the meantime, where can we find you, Oli?
I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook as Olia656. Also, 656 Comics everywhere else: Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok.
TikTok. Oh yeah, I gotta get back on TikTok.
All right.
So I'm gonna get back on TikTok. In the meantime, guys, follow me as well on all the X's and O's on Kryptonolds, and we will be back very, very, very soon. Keep the lights blazing for comic books, because hopefully this is a renaissance, like Julia said a few weeks ago. We will see what happens. In the meantime, everyone have a good night. Everybody say good night.
Good night.
Excelsior!